Let's be honest, finding a drama that actually grips you from episode 1 is rare. But 2025? It's been a goldmine. Whether you're into psychological twists, historical depth, or just love watching characters unravel in the most delicious ways, this list has something for you. Here are 10 dramas that dominated screens and conversations. And yes, you need to watch them. London, 1880s. The East End is a powder keg, and 2 Jamaican immigrants just lit the fuse. 1,000 Blows isn't just a drama. It's a bare-knuckle brawl through history, crime, and survival. Created by Stephen Knight, yes, Peaky Blinders royalty. This Disney Plus series throws you into the brutal underworld of illegal boxing, where every punch is survival and every deal is betrayal. But this isn't just about men in the ring. Enter the 40 Elephants, an all-female crime syndicate rewriting the rules of power and dominance. Visually, it's a knockout. Cinematography drenched in grit and smoke transforms Victorian London into a war zone where shadows fight harder than fists. And the soundtrack? Federico Giussi's score pulses like a heartbeat before a fight, taut, relentless, impossible to ignore. But beneath the blood and brutality, 1,000 Blows digs deeper. Themes of colonialism, class, gender, and power collide in a story that dares to show the raw truth of survival in an unforgiving city. This isn't polite costume drama. This is history swinging with both fists. If you're craving a series that doesn't just pull you in, but refuses to let you breathe, 1,000 Blows is your next obsession. One boy, one murder, one question that won't let go. What really happened? Adolescence is Netflix's most daring drama of 2025, part thriller, part psychological autopsy of a generation on edge. Created by Jack Thorne and Stephen Graham, this 4-part series locks you inside the story of Jamie Miller, played by Owen Cooper, a 13-year-old accused of killing his classmate Katie Leonard, as the truth unravels into something darker and more unsettling than anyone could imagine. Alongside him, Eddie Miller, played by Stephen Graham, is a father torn between defending his son and fearing the worst. D.I. Luke Bascom, played by Ashley Walters, is a detective chasing answers in a case that bends logic, and Bryony Ariston, played by Aaron Doherty, is a forensic psychologist peeling back the rage, rejection, and chaos of adolescence. Shot in one unbroken take per episode, with Philip Barantini directing tension like a ticking time bomb and Jack Thorne delivering razor-sharp, unsettling dialogue, the series tackles radicalization, social media, bullying, and the fragile violence of youth. This isn't just a drama, it's a confrontation, a mirror, and a gut punch that refuses to look away. In a world where every heartbeat counts, one hospital isn't just fighting for survival, it's fighting for truth. Welcome to The Pit, 2025's most emotionally charged medical drama that doesn't just treat wounds, it exposes them. This isn't the glossy, feel-good hospital drama you're used to. The Pit doesn't glamorize medicine, it interrogates it. It asks, what happens when saving lives starts to destroy your own? Every hallway feels haunted. Every decision cuts deeper than a scalpel. Directed by Rafiq El Amin, known for turning human fragility into cinematic gold, this is more than a series. This is a dissection of the human soul. If you're looking for a drama that grips your chest and refuses to let go, The Pit is your prescription. In Hollywood, the only thing more fragile than egos is the bottom line. The studio is Apple TV Plus' razor-sharp satire, and it's the funniest meltdown you'll see all year. This isn't just a workplace comedy. It's a love letter to chaos, creativity, and the absurdity of modern filmmaking. Created by Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and a dream team of satirists, the writing is fast, fearless, and painfully funny. Every line cuts with wit, every scene unravels like a perfectly timed disaster, and no one, studio execs, actors, or directors, is safe from the roast. Visually, the show thrives on long takes, outrageous celebrity cameos, and background gags that reward you for paying attention. Blink, and you'll miss a joke. Watch twice, and it only gets sharper. The tone. Cringe comedy meets industry takedown. Imagine Veep if it went to film school and came back armed with 1,000 inside jokes about Hollywood's biggest insecurities. If you want a comedy that skewers the system, celebrates the mess, and makes you laugh through the cringe, the studio is your next obsession. He had the house, the family, the hedge fund. Then he lost it all and started robbing his neighbors. Your Friends and Neighbors is Apple TV Plus' latest dark comedy crime drama. and it's as slick as it is savage. Created by Jonathan Tropper. Yeah, the mind behind Warrior and Banshee. This 9-episode series follows Coop, played with icy charm by John Hamm. Once a Wall Street shark, now a disgraced financier, Coop turns to burglary to maintain his lifestyle, and maybe, just maybe, his sanity. Coop is divorced, unemployed, and dangerously resourceful. Amanda Pete's Mel, his therapist ex-wife, has moved on, and worse, she's dating his ex-best friend. Olivia Munn is Sam, Mel's confidant, Coop's on-again, off-again flame, and a walking storm of secrets. Mark Tallman brings the fire as Nick Brandis, a former NBA star turned new boyfriend with an old grudge. And Lena Hall steals scenes as Ollie, Coop's unstable sister, injecting chaos into every plan. This isn't just suburban drama. This is a slow-burn heist thriller wrapped in emotional wreckage. Every cul-de-sac hides betrayal. Every backyard barbecue is a battlefield. And every so-called friend, a potential enemy. Tone-wise, think Desperate Housewives meets Breaking Bad, with a dash of Succession snark. The writing is razor-sharp, Jonathan Tropper balancing heartbreak with hilarity and dialogue that cuts like glass. And Zachary Galler's cinematography. It turns quiet neighborhoods into crime scenes, drenched in tension and secrets. If you're craving a drama that's smart, savage, and soaked in betrayal, Your Friends and Neighbors is your next obsession. They weren't cops. They weren't dealers. They were just two guys with a plan and a fake badge. Dope Thief is Apple TV Plus' latest crime drama, and it's a wild ride straight through the underbelly of Philly's drug scene. Ray and Manny, lifelong friends, hustlers, survivors, pose as DEA agents to rob drug dealers. It's the perfect scam, until they hit the wrong house. Suddenly, the hustle turns into a war, and every move pushes them deeper into a city built on secrets and payback. Ray Driscoll, played by Brian Tyree Henry, is a recovering addict with a past that won't stay buried. Wagner Moura's Manny Carvalho is charismatic, reckless, and desperate to settle down, if they can survive the fallout. Marin Ireland's Mina, a real DEA agent undercover, finds herself caught in the crossfire. And Ving Rhames? He's Bart Driscoll, Ray's estranged father, a dying legend in the game. Dangerous, manipulative, and still pulling strings. This isn't just a heist gone wrong. It's a domino effect of betrayal, family secrets, and survival. A crime saga where every choice cuts deeper, every friendship is tested, and every lie has blood on it. Behind the scenes, the writing is razor-sharp. Peter Craig, known for The Town and The Batman, delivers dialogue that drips with tension and characters layered in conflict. Cinematography by Eric Messerschmidt, Mank, transforms Philly into a noir playground of shadow and grit. And the soundtrack? Little Sims and Abung Jayer's Point and Kill sets the tone, raw, rhythmic, and relentless. If you're craving a crime drama that's smart, stylish, and soaked in tension, Dope Thief is your next binge. On December 21st, 1988, the sky fell over Lockerbie. 270 lives lost, and one father refused to let the truth die with them. Lockerbie, A Search for Truth isn't just a drama, it's a reckoning. Based on the real-life crusade of Dr. Jim Swire, this 5-part Sky Atlantic series follows one man's decades-long fight to uncover what really happened to Pan Am Flight 103, and why no one stopped it. Colin Firth leads as Jim Swire, a grieving father-turned-activist whose pursuit of justice rattles governments to their core. Catherine McCormick is Jane Swire, the mother torn between mourning her daughter and holding her family together. And Ardalin Ismaili portrays Abdelbasset Al-Megrahai, the man convicted of the bombing. But was he the right one? This isn't just about an attack. It's about cover-ups, conspiracies, and the devastating cost of truth. Every answer Jim uncovers only leads to darker questions. Every revelation comes with a price. Written by David Harrower, the script burns with intimacy and rage, balancing personal grief with political fire. Directors Otto Bathurst and Jim Loach craft visuals that are haunting, raw, and unforgettable. And Colin Firth delivers one of his most devastating performances: quiet rage, relentless resolve, and heartbreaking vulnerability. If you want a drama that's brave, blistering, and deeply human, Lockerbie, A Search for Truth will stay with you long after the credits roll. In the shadows of London's criminal elite, loyalty is currency, and betrayal is fatal. Mobland is Paramount Plus' newest crime juggernaut, a brutal ballet of blood, power, and family. Created by Ronan Bennett, yes, the mastermind behind Top Boy, this 10-episode epic follows Harry D'Souza, played by Tom Hardy, a street-smart fixer for the Harrigan crime family. But when a gang war erupts, Harry is forced to choose between duty and survival. At the top of the empire is Conrad Harrigan, Pierce Brosnan in full ruthless charm, an aging patriarch losing his grip on the streets. Helen Mirren is Maeve Harrigan, the calculating matriarch who's always 10 steps ahead, pulling strings in silence. Paddy Considine's Kevin Harrigan is the family's volatile wild card, Harry's longtime partner, and a ticking time bomb ready to blow. This isn't just gangland drama. It's Shakespearean warfare dressed in designer suits and bulletproof vests. Every deal is a death sentence waiting to happen. Every alliance, fragile as glass. And in Mobland, family dinners end with blood on the table. The writing crackles, Bennett and Jez Butterworth crafting dialogue dripping with menace and wit. Direction comes from Guy Ritchie and Anthony Byrne, blending kinetic energy with visual swagger. And the soundtrack? Fontaine's DC Starburster ignites the series with raw, rebellious electricity. If you want a crime drama that's stylish, savage, and soaked in family secrets, Mobland is your next obsession. 3 years after the world ended, the real war begins. Paradise isn't just a name, it's a lie. And this Hulu original is here to expose it. Created by Dan Fogelman, the mind behind This Is Us. Paradise drops us into a city-sized bunker beneath Colorado, where survival is political and truth, deadly. Meet Xavier Collins, played by Sterling K. Brown, a former Secret Service agent turned prime suspect after the president's murder. Then there's Samantha Sinatra Redmond, Julian Nicholson's billionaire power broker, who plays the shadows like a chessboard. And looming over it all is President Cal Bradford, James Marsden. Dead before episode 1. But his secrets? Very much alive. This isn't just a whodunit. It's a who can you trust. And in Paradise, trust is a luxury nobody can afford. Every conversation hides a dagger. Every alliance comes with a price. And every lie could bring the bunker crashing down. Genre bending to its core, this is political thriller meets post-apocalyptic sci-fi. The writing hits like a gut punch. The dialogue slices like a knife. Performances? Sterling K. Brown is magnetic, Julian Nicholson is chilling, and Marsden? Absolutely haunting. If you're craving a drama that's smart, stylish, and soaked in tension, Paradise is your next obsession. It hacked its own governor module. It's armed to the teeth, and it just wants to be left alone. Murderbot is Apple TV+'s breakout sci-fi hit, and it's the most emotionally unavailable hero you'll ever root for. Based on Martha Wells' award-winning Murderbot Diaries, this action comedy series follows a rogue security android who's part machine, part cloned human tissue, and 100% done with your nonsense. Alexander Skarsgård leads as Murderbot, sarcastic, lethal, and secretly addicted to trashy media. Noma Dumazwini is Ada Mensa, a terraforming specialist who reluctantly teams up with the SEC unit. David Dasmalkian plays Gurathan, the tech genius with trust issues and a cybernetic edge. And Sabrina Woos-Pinley, a legal counsel with sharper instincts than her tongue. This isn't your typical robot drama. It's fast, funny, and deeply existential. Every firefight is slick, every one-liner is savage, and every quiet moment asks what it really means to be human or not. Behind the scenes, Paul and Chris White's craft dialogue that's both snappy and philosophical, balancing biting humor with gut-punch themes. The tone. Think The Mandalorian meets Fleabag. More sarcasm, fewer hugs. And visually, the show is stunning. Alien landscapes, corporate dystopias, and action sequences so sleek you'll want to rewind them. If you want a series that's smart, stylish, and refreshingly cynical, Murderbot is your next obsession. So there you have it, 10 dramas that had us glued to our screens, yelling at characters, and maybe shedding a few tears. If you haven't watched them yet, consider this your official nudge. And if you have, time for a rewatch. Because great drama never gets old, it just gets deeper.